You ever almost drowned?
I am under the water.
I have. What? Badass Granddad, episode 50. My name's John Graham. I'm the badass granddad you didn't know you had. I'm here to tell you more stories from my adventures and offer some tips on taking risks and living a life with meaning, courage, and passion. Anyway, some decades ago, I was with a team that had just made the first ascent of one of the most difficult and dangerous mountain faces in the world, the north face of Mount McKinley, Denali in Alaska. Feeling really good about that, we were heading back to our van, which was a 2-day trek across the tundra. The last obstacle in that trek was the McKinley River, which was then in 11 separate braids. Now, the thing to know about mountain rivers like the McKinley is that the volume in them goes up and down by as much as a foot every day because the river's volume is determined by when the sun hits the glaciers and snowfields from the mountain that feed it. Smart thing for us to do would have been to wait for low water, because when we got to the river, it was at the highest point. 5 or 6 hours would have been much safer to cross, but we didn't do that. We didn't do that because we remembered that the manager of the McKinley Park Hotel had made a public bet that if we came back alive from this trek, which he thought was suicidal, he would feed us all the steak dinners we could eat. And shit, we've been eating rice and beans for a month, so man, we could smell those steaks. So we did the stupid thing. We decided to cross even though the water was high and most dangerous. Everybody else gets across. We're tied together with ropes. And finally, it's just one rope with Hank and me on it. And Hank and I get across the first 10 braids and start across on the 11th. Hank gets to the far bank, and I start across. But I step on a hole. The others are somehow missed. And I'm thrown down into the river bottom, and I can't swim because of the torrent and the pack weighing me down, and I'm heading out to the ocean. One of two things is going to happen. Either the rope is going to pull Hank into the flood as well, and we both are going to drown, or I will hit the far bank before Hank is pulled into the river, and that's, of course, what happened. The others rush down and pull us both to some safety. The point is this. I think that risk-taking is an important part of life, and that a life without taking risk is a life that's ultimately boring and inconsequential. But for God's sake, if you're going to take risks that are smart and not stupid, not like us not waiting for low water on the McKinley River. What's a smart risk? Smart risks are a risk where you plan, where you assess your own skills and resources, and most of all, where you do a decent job of figuring out whether or not the benefits of taking that risk justify those risks. And this can happen not just in mountain rivers, it can happen in your family, in your community, in your business, and in the world. Believe me, it will make a difference.